So I was kind of curious as to what kind of word Warplock is supposed to be, what it actually means. So I ended up doing a bit of research and found out that it was a weapon type in the Warhammer series, a metallic base color of some sort, and also it's the name of a recent indie game release, a roguelike of some type. None of that has anything to do with today's subject matter, but it's vaguely interesting information regardless. Or not. Warplock, released in 1982 for the Atari 2600 video computer system courtesy of Data Age, and as you can see on the label, this uses the paddle controller, which is this knob-like device that Atari cooked up for playing games like Breakout as they were meant to be played, with precision analog control via knob twisting and turning, which is fine for the universe of Warplock, which features a lot of bouncing aliens. That is to say, the alien ships bounce around the screen for you to shoot at them. I don't know what else popped into your head right now, but that is entirely on you. So here's the deal. You move a thing around with your knob, you shoot with the button, you hit a target, they blow up, and you get a point. They blow you up, it's game over. That's right, you only get one life, and that's it. So it's essentially a score attack. See how far you could go on one life. Okay, fine. Not a big deal. What is a big deal, however, is the audio. I mean, just listen. Now, isn't that the most beautiful thing you have ever heard? Is that not the pinnacle of Atari sound design? The height of gaming audio? I'm absolutely mesmerized by this excellent sound design, a master class in compelling and emotionally charged game music. Why this has gone overlooked all these decades, I will never know. And also admire those graphics. I don't know what it is you're supposed to be flying, but that's next level ship design that's beyond conventional thinking. And those unique looking enemy vessels and their ability to change from one ship to two to three back to one at random intervals, as well as exploding in unison when you clip just one of their birds. That is what we call a chef's kiss. Right, so naturally the high point of Warplock lies in its analog control via paddle controller, which works like a dream. Holding the button down allows for rapid fire capability, and your shots fly fast enough that it actually feels like rapid fire, and thus becomes an effective way of mowing down the competition, which is really the best strategy for this game that has you dodging things that bounce around and occasionally shooting back. After scoring set number of points every so often, a new target is introduced, or things move faster, or that sort of thing, so there is some challenge that gets progressively harder as you gain more points. You only have two game variations, a one-player game or two-player alternating play. Nothing else really matters. And that's what makes Warplock unique. Normally, when I come across a flawed high-concept game, it's usually something that boasts vaguely interesting gameplay hampered with somewhat poor control. Warplock, meanwhile, sports some fantastic paddle controls, but the game around that control is utterly worthless and uninspired. The gameplay is drab and repetitive, the graphics are somewhat lazy, and that sound design is wonderful. And were it not for those slick paddle controls, Warplock would be hovering within the same dregs of Atari trash as Firefly or Sorcerer, but as it is, it's just a bad game that at least controls well. Which would have been fine in 1978 when they were still figuring things out with this Atari stuff, but not so much in 1982 when they should have figured this shit out and ultimately never really did.